not part of the fantastic world of the parallel world of magic that goes on. They're portrayed throughout the books, throughout the series, as foolish, simple, clueless beings with no real intellect. And they are not to be given much importance or significance. Foolish people who do not engage in magic. That's one of the first attacks on morality that comes in this series of books. One of the first. So Harry begins to attend a school, a witch school or a witchcraft school that has grades that a person goes through. He's given a magic wand, he's given magic items, his clothes and his books and his things are enchanted and given magical powers. He is a person who learns the ways to call out certain phrases in Latin and enchant things and cast spells and curses for and against people. He becomes, in all sense of the word, a magician. Something that we consider to be an extreme form of disbelief in Islam. Harry Potter, the young man, has friends in the book and he has teachers. One of his teachers is named Albus Dumbledore, an old man resembling Santa Claus, long white beard, glasses, of course, at the pinnacle of the use of magic and the best in the use of magic, and doesn't need certain things that the other magicians use because of his mastery and his great knowledge. A true sign of wisdom and a trap for people who read the books to believe that such a person has reached a level of success and a level of achievement in his field. He doesn't need a wand to cast spells. He doesn't need a cloak to become invisible. He can see through other people's spells that are not on his level or close to his level. This is Harry Potter's teacher. He casts spells, as I mentioned, without a wand. He has a phoenix, a bird made of fire, that he sends to bring messages to people or to get information for him. And Harry Potter has a feather from this man's phoenix inside of his magic wand that gives him extra powers, according to this series of books. Another of his teachers named Trelawney, who teaches at this magic school, is one who claims that he is a kahin, someone who can see into the future, someone who foretells what is going to come. And we learn from the Prophet ﷺ that this is another severely dangerous form of disbelief, one that will render a person's salat unacceptable for a period of 40 days. Whoever goes to a soothsayer and asks him about something, then his salat, he will not have any salat accepted from him for a period of 40 days. And in one narration, then he has disbelieved in what has been sent down to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So here is his teacher, who at one time teaching the art of making prophecies or talking about future events, he goes into a trance in one of the books and he begins speaking with another voice, which is a sign of the possession of jinn. And later he does not remember anything about what had happened. The prophecies that he spoke of are honored in the book series, and they are kept in a special department in the magic school inside of crystal balls for people to come and study the prophecies. They need interpretations. So he speaks with prophecies, he talks about the future in sometimes puzzling manners, and these prophecies are left in the library, a large library in the school, for students of magic to come and study them and to perhaps reach a kind of interpretation that will allow them to benefit from what is going to happen in the future. So these are Harry Potter's mentors or teachers. This is also what your children learn, and these are basically the teachers of your children as well, if they are reading these books. Harry Potter has a number of friends, from magicians and different shapeshifters and animals and jinn and undead creatures and people who come to him at different stages in the story, perhaps soothsayers, perhaps any evil sorcerers, perhaps enemies trying to harm him, from a number of different kinds of creatures, human and non-human. One of them, and when I say this, I'll probably see on the faces of some of the children, Wallahu al-Musta'an, a sign of recognition of the name. And that is Moaning Myrtle. They're trying to hide it. Moaning Myrtle is a character in the book, one of Harry Potter's friends. Now, Moaning Myrtle, let me tell you about the companionship of Harry Potter. And a person is on the deen of his companions. Harry Potter befriends the ghost, or perhaps the spirit, of a dead girl named Moaning Myrtle. She lives in the septic pipes under the toilet in a girl's bathroom. A close friend of Harry Potter. She lives where? In the septic tank. That's where the actual waste goes down, under the toilet. She lives in the septic pipe under the toilet in a girl's bathroom. Harry Potter visits her frequently to get advice, to consult her, to get tips on solving magical mysteries and different things. Where does he go to visit her? To the girl's bathroom. To visit Moaning Myrtle, who lives in the septic pipe of a toilet in the girl's bathroom. One account in the book, called The Order of the Phoenix, has Harry encounter a large pool of an unknown liquid of different colors and textures, bubbling and frothing, and he is seeking enlightenment about a certain mystery he is trying to solve. So he removes his clothes and begins to take a bath naked in this pool of whatever, bubbling, frothing material. And Moaning Myrtle shows up at this place, leaving her post at her toilet, to show up at this bubbling bath where Harry Potter is naked and for some reason taking a bath, trying to hear what a magical egg will tell him under the surface of this liquid. She complains to him after introducing herself or appearing to him, floating above the liquid here, and Allah's refuge is sought. She complains that he has not been by to see her in ages, that her good friend has not come by the toilet in the girl's bathroom to visit her in such a long time. And he apologizes for not keeping close ties with her and offers some excuses that he's been busy. And so she goes on to offer him some additional tips and pointers on how to solve the mystery of this egg that he is trying to hear the voices from under this liquid that he has chosen to take a bath in. In another book, this close friend of Harry's, Moaning Myrtle, she offers kindly that if Harry ever dies and needs a place to stay, that he is more than welcome to come and stay in the toilet in the girl's bathroom. And this is what our children are reading. These are the tales and adventures of Harry Potter. Of course, I'm not going to mention the great heroic episode of him fighting a dragon, but look at the kind of things that you will be reading a book about Harry Potter. So that second quote, or that second story about her inviting him, just to give you an idea that these are actually found in these books, it's from one of the Harry Potter books called The Chamber of the Secrets. She has invited him, if he dies and needs a place to stay as an undead person, that he can feel free to join her in the toilet in the girl's bathroom. So now you have a little idea about Harry Potter. There's also a trick in this book where they try to convince the reader to differentiate between good and bad magic, between white magic or positive magic, helpful magic, and dark arts. The dark magic, the black magic, evil magic that is harmful. So they convince you, they try throughout the whole series of the books to convince you that there is good magic and bad magic. However, the line between them becomes murky many times throughout the book. And of course, as Muslims on our deen, holding to the guidance that Allah sent us, we are not convinced even from the get-go that there is a difference between good and bad magic. That both kinds of magic, if we accept that there is good and bad magic, both are disbelief, and both will take a person outside of Islam. But even the people who try to convince you that dark magic is evil and white magic is good, they say and this is taken from a summary of the magic used in the Harry Potter series, the dark arts differ from